Hey, Broken Arrow. I wish I could see you all in person this week, but I'm glad we're all staying home and we're all staying safe. I'm praying for you, and you're in my thoughts. My scripture today is John chapter 12, verses 20 through 22. Now, among those who went up to worship at the festival were some Greeks. They came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida in Galilee, and they said to him, "Sir, we wish to see Jesus." Philip went and told Andrew, and then Andrew and Philip went and told Jesus. That's it. That's my whole scripture for today. And there are years when I would feel like I was getting the short end. There's the idea that the covenant is expanding to people beyond just Israel at the end of Jesus' life. That's a big deal. But, it's no foot washing. But this year, I got to say I like this scripture. They come and they say, I want to see Jesus. And I want to see Jesus too. I'm really glad that I'm sheltering in place with 3 small children. It's not always easy, but I'm really glad that I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. One is that it's a good distraction. I don't have time to worry about things a lot of days because I'm just chasing kids around the backyard or wrestling with them in the floor and trying to get out of their way so Hillary can get on a conference call. So it's a good distraction, but the other reason is that sometimes children's books and children's TV can speak with a clarity that we don't see everywhere. After the Challenger explosion, it was Mr. Rogers who sat down with kids on his show, and he said that when he saw scary stuff on the news, his mother would always tell him, look for the helpers. There's always somebody helping. And when I go out in the world and I see everybody scared and I see everybody hurting, and I know that there are people who have lost jobs and there are people who are sick and there are people who have lost their lives, I also see helpers. I see Jesus in the healthcare workers and the delivery drivers and the people who are calling their isolated friends and loved ones, and then the people who are working parents and are wrestling kids on the floor, or the work Hillary does when I've got to get on a conference call to keep those kids out of the back room of our house is absolutely heroic. I see Jesus in the helpers. But there's a difference when you see Jesus. Because if you see the helpers out there, you can be encouraged by it and comforted by it. But when you realize you're seeing Jesus, it comes with a call to follow. And so my question for you today is, how can you help? What can you do? I've seen online that some of you are sewing masks for healthcare workers and others who need to be protected. That's amazing. I've seen people talking about places to donate. There are a lot of people doing good work that need to be supported. Your local church needs to be supported. There will be people who are not able to give for a while as we recover from this in the future. And if you are able to give, then you need to support your local church and those other people who are fighting the fight. You can check on your neighbors and see how they're doing. You can leave them notes, or you can ring their doorbell and back up 6 feet so you're practicing social distancing. You can call a relative with little kids and read a book to them for a minute over Skype and just give their parents a break, because it's a lot. And you can pray for those who are hurting. You can follow the guidelines, the public officials who are trying to keep everyone safe. There are lots of ways that once we are encouraged and strengthened by seeing Jesus, that we can go out and start being Jesus, even when we're trapped in our own homes. Praying for you all. I love you all. I hope I see you soon. Bye.